Alright, here we go. This is tutorial 2 from the basic 3D tutorials. It is called Revolve. And there are, I believe, 2 things that we make in here. First of which, we're going to design what ends up looking like a bead, but we'll be designing this trapezoid here. And we're going to revolve it around this vertical axis right here. When we do that, it's going to end up looking like this little bead. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. First thing we'll do is open a new Inventor part file, and we'll start a sketch, and we'll do the front face, and we're going to design a trapezoid. So using the line tool, we'll create something that looks like that. And then I'm also going to just drop a vertical line over to the side. I want to make sure it's vertical, straight up and down. It's parallel to the other line. Then I can right click and hit OK. Now I'm going to put some dimensions on here. This side was meant to be, I'm going to do the other side first actually. Let's undo that. This side was meant to be 1.5 inches. And the left side is meant to be 1 inch. Now I'm going to do 2 different dimensions here. The first dimension I'm going to say from here to here. The distance between those lines is supposed to be 0.25. And this one is a different type of dimension. If we right click, we can go to aligned, and the actual length of that line is supposed to be 0.35. Okay, and then the distance between this line and this line, I believe, is supposed to be 0.5 inches. You end up with something like that. Now we're ready to revolve, so we'll go up to 3D model, and we'll go to revolve, and we'll select. We're going to hit this triangle. For the profile is going to be this trapezoid, and the axis used for revolution will be this line, and it's going to spin the trapezoid around 360 degrees, and we just hit OK, and there it is. That is the finished product for that design. Okay. Go ahead and open up a new part file, and we're going to go back to the tutorial real quick. And there's our little bead. This time, we're going to create a box that's 1.75 inches by 1.25 inches by 1/2 inch. It's going to be like that. And we're going to put a half circle on it, and then we're going to revolve that half circle to turn it into a hemisphere. Okay, so let's make the rectangle first. So we'll go to Sketch, Front Face, Rectangle, and we'll throw that on there. Dimension. This dimension is supposed to be 1.75, enter. And the other dimension is supposed to be 1.25, enter. And now we're going to go to 3D model, extrude, and we're going to extrude that out 1/2 inch. So it looks like that. Now let's take a sketch. We're going to put a sketch on this face. And I'm going to take a circle. Now I'm not going to lock it on that center, the yellow dot there, because that's the point of origin, and I don't want it to be locked onto it. So now I can make sure that it is 1 inch in diameter. And I'm going to center it, so the distance from here to here should be half of the total height. The height was 1.25, so I can say 1.25 divided by 2 gives me half. And the distance from here to here should be half of the total width, where the total width was 1.75 divided by 2 is that. Now I want a half circle so I can revolve it, so I'm going to go to line, and when I come near the top of this circle, it's going to lock onto that top point. So I'm going to take that. When I come near the bottom, I'm going to click, and now I have a circle with a line right through it. So now I can come up to trim, and trim allows us to remove lines. So I'm going to select this side of the circle and click, and it trimmed it off. So now I just have a half circle over here, and I'm going to go to 3D model and revolve. And I'm going to select this half circle as my profile, and the axis will be this line. And I want to change, I don't want it to revolve all the way because it'll go through the block, so I'm going to change it to angle and tell it to use 180 degrees. And that makes my hemisphere, and I hit OK, and that's it. That is the finished product for the second part of the Revolve tutorial. Okay? Hope that made sense.